everybody, welcome to Whisky Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Deepa.
No mystery, well, kind of mysteries today. Maybe mysteries for you, if you can guess what we got in our box. We're not doing blind whiskey mystery today. We're doing blind box whiskey mystery. I think most of the long-term watchers know that we've bought a lot of bottles from Scotch whisky auctions in Glasgow, Scotland. And in fact, let's see. This one. This one. Well, the replacement. What else have we had? Probably all of these independent bottles. The Bunnahabhain. Yeah. So a lot of them have come from Scotch whisky auctions.
I ordered about a year ago.
The downside is shipping, obviously. When you bid, if you bid £100 for a bottle on Scotch whisky auctions, you should consider it's going to cost $200 by the time it gets to the US. Just broad rule of thumb. £100 plus a 10% auction fee, £110. You know, convert that to dollars, you know, about 1.3 or 4, whatever that is. And then you have to add about $30 to $40 per bottle shipping. So you do get pretty close to doubling between the pound bid price and the dollar final delivery.
The more expensive.
So it works out
value.
It works out best to bid on bottles that cost £170. That way you get them 10 in a box below 2,500, which is a customs limit. If you go above it, you spend another 150. But then the shipping per bottle is slightly cheaper, although they do it by weight now. They used to just do it by the number of bottles that got cheaper, but now it's overall by weight, but it's still slightly cheaper. Let's see, who is in? Jimmy Jazz, good afternoon. Contour Bushcraft. Is that a new one? Oh, Glen Scotia 15. That's funny. I just happen to have that here. What a great bottle. Best value bottle on our shelf, I think. Unless you can still find Arran 14. Whiskey 101. Excited about the box, but it's so depressing to look at you both with big glasses of water in front of you. It just feels wrong. I'm sure Deepa will do something about that. Who else is in? Tim's in. Hey, Melissa's in. We haven't ordered any bourbon this time, Melissa, but maybe next time. Petehead, oh, you're on a tasting. Green Valley, Aquami, Highland Hamish. Oh, there's a whole bunch of you. JD Senior, that's a new name, I think. Bobby J. Hey, Bobby. Let me scroll down. Right. Stoogie, where would the top 5 indie bottles you previously removed now sit on the shelf? That's right, that came up last time, and I was trying to remember what are the top 5 bottles. Actually, I do have that on a... I could look at the spreadsheet. I know, you want me to get bottles out of a box, but blame Stoogie, he's asked me a question and now it's on my mind. If I look at in the link, you can find blind results. And in the fantastic section, I'm just looking down to see what independents might still be up there which we have now removed. The Glenallachie Old Particular. No, I think that's still up there. That's still there. There's a Glenbergie. No. There's a Glentockers 21, which we have a bottle in Scotland, and I think that would still be top shelf. Yeah. Glentockers. Other than that, there's no more that are really jumping out, I don't think. Yeah, anyway. So probably just that one Glentockers would still be above the Glenallachie. There might be some others in the great section. There's quite a few in there. I'll let you go and have a look. Right. Good evening, David. Owen. Donapass, 30 to 40 per bottle shipping. Ouch, that's a bunch. Yeah, and it's partly because there is a COVID surcharge from the shippers. which adds, 20% to that. That also includes insurance, though, which is another couple of percent. So the online UK shops get down to 17 a bottle with a 6-bottle order. Yeah. I have to say, they do pack well, though. So I'm impressed with that, and they handle all the custom stuff. There are some limitations on which states it can go to. Squinoogie, I always collect from Scotch whisky auctions and the other auctions. It's interesting that many of these companies charge nowhere near the same if you buy from their retail section. Oh, you mean for shipping? Water sucks. Well, we were supposed to be in the UK right now, and the intention was to collect these bottles along with about 20 which are camped out at my parents, between my parents and my brother near Glasgow. They have about 20 bottles as well. And
over there at the top of it.
And these were at the auction, and it was too many to bring back, and I thought, okay, screw it. We're just going to ship whatever is in the auction and don't buy any more. Time for a dram. Hey, Gregor. Glutton for punishment, slightly hungover, post a cross-Atlantic blind tasting with friends. Now you're going to watch us talk about whiskey? Right, let's get on with it. Now, we did pull one out at the end of last session, so that's why this one is unwrapped. Why didn't you pull out the next one and start unwrapping while I talk about this one? This one is a Cadenhead Highland Park. It's very light. Oh, that's just the box. Pick another one, because this is just the packing. I guess I'll undo it. The Cadenhead's Highland Park is one which is a unusual, ex-Bourbon Highland Park, and it is a duplicate of this bottle. Oh, I see.
It's a very good package.
Oh, hang on. Okay, you take this out of this box, and I'll pull this out. So, I think we have. I know everyone says just pop them, but I'm saving them for shipping. Oh yes, I had forgotten. This isn't the new Malbec, although we do have the 10-year Malbec at my parents' house waiting. This is a replacement to our favourite Longrow Red, which is up by the Arran on the shelf.
Over here.
Longrow Red Malbec. Now, this 21. Now, hang on a minute. Before you do any more, let's talk about this one for a second. There's two Longrow 21s. The one which is currently up in our number 4 spot, you can see there's almost none left.
Almost brown, amber. Go ahead.
Now we paid, hang on, where's my labels? Not that one, not that one, not that. Right. For this one, we paid $406 for that. That's true, it is that expensive here. Although that was from Must Have Malts. And the new one cost us $365. So a bit cheaper. Not exactly cheap.
Do your scalp.
Let's see, 1221. One year difference between them. So we actually got this one slightly cheaper at the auction. And I've noticed for Springbank's Longrow being, in the Springbank section, they are relatively cheaper compared to the crazy prices that the 21-year Springbanks have gone to. Now, let me get it right, because these are different batches, right? The one that's almost finished is 0210-2019, and the new one is 2010-20. And I think the difference between them is the sherry to bourbon balance. I'm just scrolling down my spreadsheet here to see it. Longrow. The one that we have is 60 sherry, 40 bourbon, and the new one is 95 sherry and only 5 bourbon.
So that's around more sherry.
This is 95% sherry, 60% sherry. By any chance, would you like to taste them?
Yes, please.
I didn't get the
It's very
sentence
far
finished.
for comparison.
I didn't get the sentence finished, did I? Before Deepa said yes. Right. For anybody worried about it being a water-only episode, are you going to open the bottle, Deepa? Now, obviously, this one has been open for a year, December 2020. I write with a white, an ink pen, a paint pen on the bottle, so that I know how long it's been open for. That's partly because we have 270 bottles that are open. Hang on, I think we're obscuring. I'll move the. If I move them off more to the side, then we can see deeper.
What is that?
Oh. Pretend I haven't done that. Do we get a glug? We do. Blind? Mm-hmm. Give them to me blind. Then I'll go to the chat and see. Oh yeah, I have to close my eyes, otherwise it doesn't work. Thinner. Seems like more sherry. Seems richer. I'll try this one first. Seems delicious. I always get a slight Highland Park vibe off Longrow. That type of level of peat. Okay, that's even more Highland Park like. So this has to be the new one. It was pretty noticeably more sherry, and they are both fantastic. Do you want blind?
No.
Let's put my label. So the Longrow Red Malbec. I think the first time we bought this, we only paid. Let's see. Actually, maybe the first one is finished now. Where's the 13 Malbec? From Rosebank. I know we bought one at 155. And we bought this one 230. Wow, I paid 230 for that. That's what happens with the shipping. Now, the intention was not to have this shipped and to pick it up, which would have been more like, 190, but still. I still think it's the best Longrow Red out of all of them that we've had, so.
It must from
Yeah.
sherry. I prefer this one more savory.
Don't you think it's a little bit like Highland Park?
Yes, yes.
That sherry smoke combination. You can see that this camera makes it look extra dark, but it is dark. All right. Let's go to the chat for a little bit and just see if we're missing anything. Yeah, what's everyone drinking? Memories of we. Oh, Teddy's in. Hey, Teddy. Found a stunning Isla blend that was gifted to me, so no clue of the price, but a lovely intro to peat. Richard, nice. Does it have a name? I wonder if it's something that we know, like Finlagan or something like that. Casual Guys Guy, what months are these bottles from, Phil? I bought 10 from the December auction. I think these have been spread out because we have had some bottles in the storage at the auction for quite a few months with the intention that I'd just pick them up. So anyway, it takes about a week to arrive. But they've been spread out for a few months. Let's see. Might be another Bobby. Oh, I did do a live stream. You're talking to Hamish. Whisky Jason. Hi from Germany. Hey, Whisky Jason. What were you reviewing the other day I was watching? The one that was a real winner. Was it the Old Balekin? No, I've forgotten what it was now. But anyway, it was a great review. I was happy to see you enjoy such a great bottle. Michael Besley. What are the most bottles you have brought into the States?
I got a 4 suitcases.
Yeah, when we came back from Scotland 2 years ago, we had 27 bottles between us. And I thought the rules said that you had to make sure you weren't above 5 litres per bag, because that's a fuel in the cargo hold issue. There's a restriction on that if it's a spirit. And so we did that. But on further investigation, it's 5 litres per bag per person. So we should have only had 10 litres, which is about 13 or 14 bottles, depending on the size. So we were well over that, if that was the rule. But we naively walked into San Francisco with them and declared everything at the desk. And they didn't say anything about that. And
I think you're not even open.
No, I offered to open them up. They said, no, I mean, you're telling us you've brought 27 bottles. We believe you. And they, we chatted for a bit about, how it was this whiskey hobby, Scottish whiskey distillery tour. The immigration guys found it somewhat funny, and it was quiet. And they said, it's fine. Thanks for declaring. Off you go. And they let us go through. So that was very nice. In theory, it's not very expensive because you're paying a very base cost on a spirit import. It's not the cost of the bottle. It's only really a few dollars per litre. So it's not expensive, but so just declare it.
So I had to finish. Very nice.
Yeah.
Finished.
Teddy, yes. I'm going to try again now. Let's go the other way this time. It reminds me slightly of the Ben Nevis 23, which is up there as well. A little bit matchsticky, a little bit of the sulfur matches, rich, and then that, I was going to say Campbelltown peat, but it's Highland peat, isn't it?
It's one savoury, but very sophisticated and distinctive.
And you were getting slightly more towards the pineapple type of old ex-bourbon on this one. Equal peat levels, both fantastic. I'm happy we got that. All right. I have 11 bottles waiting shipment. Tony, one too many. 10 is the maximum in a box. Well, the extra shipping fee, that COVID charge, it hasn't gone away. It has been rolled into this new we just weigh it price. And so they don't specify COVID surcharge anymore. It got very slightly cheaper, but it's still much more expensive than before the COVID surcharge was added. So I don't know if it's going away. It's become magically ingrained under the umbrella of weight now. Bobby J, looking like some great bottles. We should keep going, shouldn't we? But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the chat. Precarious Dave, these bottles almost rival my Christmas present. Jura wine finish, and Johnny Walker 12. Well, I am sure in the right moment they are the perfect bottles, Dave, right? Because every whiskey has its moment. Almost every whiskey. Whiskey with Molly. Were you two early investors in Bitcoin? I can only dream of unboxing these whiskies. Well, what is the price of Bitcoin? If this gives you a clue, I can tell you Bitcoin is currently at 43,000, down from 67,000 earlier in the year. Short the sherry cask supply. A casual guy's guy. Don't quite get the context. Now the show really begins. Drams poured, Whiskey 101. I should go a little faster here. Let's see. Looks like... Okay, but let me jump down. If you need to get our attention, do an @Whisky Mystery and then we can make sure. I think... Oh, Casey 45.7. I'm trying to guess what the whiskey is at 45.7%. What is KC? Seeing that you are replacing the Longrow 21 with a different batch, more sherry forward, is it then fair to put it in the position on the top shelf?
I prefer this one.
Yeah, Deepa prefers the one on the top shelf.
I do.
So in fact, we have quite a few bottles which are just not on the shelf. Because like the Springbank local barley, really the one that put it up there was the 11-year-old. And the 9-year-old, which actually the bottle is the one in the box at the moment, is technically off the shelf. But we still consider Springbank local barley top shelf worthy based on the 11. And so the Longrow 21, we'll just have to remember it's the 2019 version. Squinoogie, next time you plan to go to Scotch whisky auctions, why do you not take a load of bourbon to sell? That is where I get the majority of my non-UK release bourbons from. I did sell a bottle of Old Fitzgerald, which we'd bought here and then didn't open. And then, you know, our bourbon liking wasn't high enough to justify opening the bottle. And I did take it and sell it. I think we only got about what we paid. But Top Shelf Dustin, 2 Longrow 21s.
The percentage of sherry.
The 19 and the 20. We were just got the new one. And we were just throwing a quick comparison. Right. Edward Hour 22. That's what it was, Sherry. So good. Whiskey Jason. Yes. It's called 6 Isle Reserve. Oak Aged. Oh, that's what the Isle blend is called. Yeah, I don't know that one, I must admit. Right. We have a Scotch whisky auction empty box, but it's one of their more fancy ones. Let's see what that is. I see. There's our Longrow red box. Okay, let's see if I can pull it out. Okay, here it is. Smoky dark. Do you want to try it?
Yes. I've never seen it before. What is it?
Let me see. Who knows what this is?
Why did you buy that one?
Because I wanted it. And I thought I bought it for you, Deepa. Who knows what this is? Let's see. Dragon blood incense or intense incense, used in the New Orleans voodoo tradition before we were drawn into the dark abyss of a perfectly made smoky dark roux. 23 years old, from distillery number 66, and that would be who's got it? Come on, somebody knows. Let's see. Top Shelf Dustin 2020 made it here locally for $5.20. I just laughed. We paid $3.65 from the auction, including shipping and everything. So not too bad. Of course, it's a 700ml bottle, not a 750. So you have to add a little bit more for that. Ardmore, Precarious Dave. It is an Ardmore. Would you like to compare it to the 30-year Ardmore? No. Right? Right then. Moving on.
No. I did not know it is the Ardmore.
Yeah?
Oh, I have no idea what it is.
So, with Scotch whisky auctions, I mean, with the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, right? SMWS.
We don't have much experience from this society.
We're not a member of SMWS.
I think they'll try.
We have a few, but we have not had very many. We've had samples from people. They follow this theory that you don't need to know what the name of the distillery is. You just focus on the flavour profile. This could be a technical way of getting around the fact that you can't put Highland Park on a bottle if it's a independent bottler. That's why they call it Orkney or something. So they have done it by this code.
I see. I see.
But the joke is that they say it's not important to know the distillery.
They're not supposed to know.
But if it is a Macallan, the price is 3 times more expensive than everything else. So
The price.
oh yeah, what is the price of the Ardmore? Why didn't you pour some? So hang on.
I better put that logo.
Okay. This was Ex-Bourbon and then first fill Oloroso Barrique, 49.2%. Right. Let's see, the Ardmore cost, do you want to get a pop? You don't get a glug with these bottles. Okay, I'll pour it. I'll pour the 30-year Ardmore. Now, the official bottle of the 30-year is first fill Ex-Bourbon and Ex-Bourbon. That's right. Over 3 decades in Ex-Bourbon and first fill Ex-Bourbon. So there's no sherry in this one. And this one is Ex-Bourbon and then Oloroso. It doesn't say. It doesn't say for how long. It doesn't say for how long. Oh well, it doesn't smell that different actually. Maybe give it. Let's have it blind again. Of course, shouldn't really have nosed it, but I didn't catch anything radically different. Well, very similar. I think one's stronger, isn't it? Oh, kind of slightly weird. More fruity. Had a little soapy moment in the middle. Now it's caramel. It's not as smoky as the Longrow. That's not obviously sherry either to me. A bit more balanced. A bit deeper, richer. So maybe it is. And a slight, yeah, maybe that is darker fruit licorice on the end. I think I'd prefer this one. Which one's this?
You must get.
The new one, I guess.
The new one.
Well, I said it's deeper, richer. So,
sherry.
Yeah. Okay.
The Ex-Bourbon.
I think this one's better. So this works. We didn't do the labels for the other. This one cost us $2.50. Now, considering we paid $2.30 for the 13-year-old Longrow Red, this one works out at $14.8 per year. And this works out at $9.5 per year, normalized down to 40%. Let's see, the Longrow is at $18 and this one is $16 per year. And the Ardmore 30 is $12 per year.
It's the same note. It's a bit.
Let me try that one again.
It's almost that wine. That's miss. But you got much wine.
Slight mulled wine vibe about it. Not very smoky. We're not getting the well, guess at the end. I was going to say, we're not getting the tea and burnt sticks of younger Ardmores, are we?
It is not aggressive, it's nicely balanced. It's soft, not soft, anticipated.
Yeah.
I'm not very happy with this. It's disappointing.
We might have to move it down.
I probably put it down.
Okay, back to the chat. Let's see. I can tell you we've got. There's only 3 more bottles. I can rest my head on the box. What are the old malt casks on your elite shelf behind you? I saw Longmorn 24 yesterday for 130 Canadian at Costco, and I thought that was pretty good. Was it an old malt cask at Costco? The highest one we have is a sherry cask, Longmorn, 21-year-old. Stefan has the exact same bottle in his whiskey mystery corner. He's got a bunch of bottles that are the exact same ones. The other old malt casks that are still on the shelf would be this 23-year Glenmorangie. That is 49.8%. I've noticed old malt cask in the UK is always 50%. But we get them at K&L with all different ABVs.
So for you to come in to buy for about 30?
It all depends, doesn't it? Because we had that Longmorn last time, just a couple of blinds ago, which was the 14-year-old ex-bourbon. We didn't like it.
No, but it's been 4 years.
I'm just saying, if it's an individual single cask, you just never know, do you? You just don't know. Phil and Deepa have a soft spot for Ardmore. I think I do more than Deepa.
But some are. It is not.
Precarious Dave, white fruits, a keynote in older Ardmores that are gently casks. You want the spirit to come through. That's probably where we're going with the ex-bourbon one. Hard to find any Ardmore here other than Legacy. JD. Yes, the bottle that started our journey. Where are you, JD? Maybe you can find a independent online somewhere.
It is somehow what you know meet up to our expectations. There's something missing in it. It's sort of almost flat.
There is a moment just after you swallow it when you get that burst of vapor that isn't that nice, but then it recovers again into this fine licorice spice, which I like a lot. Whiskey 101, the SMWS Ardmore 21 years in bourbon and the rest in first fill. Oh, I see. So it's 21 years. So it's basically 2 years. 2 years in the Oloroso. I think that's going to be
nice.
That's going to be very good as that bottle goes down. Michael, TWE did an interesting Ardmore 21 a couple of years ago. It was their Black Friday release. Oh, right. We do have the Highland Park Black Friday. Still in blind somewhere. The Whiskey Exchange, right? Let's see. Anyone else? Don't want to pass whiskey? Oh, yes, you're chatting. Right.
Of all 3, I prefer this.
Longrow still winning? I mean, I would say this is better than this. And I am tempted to slide this down a little bit.
I mean, I prefer this any day.
That means that would you put the Balblair back in the top 10?
Yes. I prefer that for me more than this.
Oh, that's a good point.
The Brora.
But then we have to move the Talisker as well. We're going to do a little shelf reshuffle. Okay, here's one, which is on the shelf here.
I like that.
This is the type of thing which you only find at the auction, and you don't quite know whether you should or whether you shouldn't. But I can tell you this is... we actually ended up paying 132 for it. The first one we bought, we only paid about 60, but I think we picked it up locally. Let me scroll up the spreadsheet and just double check that. But this Arran 1996 is a private cask. Okay, I think we paid $80 the first time. It's a 20-year-old Arran, and it works out at $5.4 per year, even at the new price. But if you look closely, Yes, it's 52.6%. But look at the colour. So what barrel would you expect?
The percentage of sherry in it.
What is the percentage of sherry? Let's see. This private owner's bottling is from a single sherry puncheon cask. Now, we make jokes about, tired old casks. But we never suspected this had sherry in when we blind tasted it. But we did like it. And this was going to be a bottle which we didn't bring back from Scotland. The intention was to just open it and let friends try an older Arran bottle in Scotland for Trevor M. Harper. But I think you can pick this up on the auction. They have been showing up fairly regularly.
Very easy.
And I think it was maybe £60 for a 20-year, very pale Arran sherry cask. And we still have it on the shelf. There's not very much left. So, there you go. Now it's in America. If we go to Scotland...
I think the cheapest of all.
It is the cheapest. And, $32 of that price is shipping.
Anybody can buy.
Yeah, but this is the type of bottle that isn't really worth paying the shipping cost because it added 30% to the price. That's why I said earlier, you really need to buy £170 bottles as the bid price to minimise the percentage of shipping. Okay, let's see. Back to the chat. Bobby J. You're chatting to others. Right. Donna Pass. Got a very old mini 50ml Glenfarclas 105 8-year that says bottled by Gordon MacPhail. Really? Maybe they bottle minis? Who knows? I don't know. Precarious Dave. I admire your shopping therapy. You're both looking all the better for it. I have to say, I've got the spreadsheet open. We have not bought a bottle of whiskey for 43 days, which isn't the record since we started whiskey drinking 3 and a bit years ago. 45 days is our previous record. So these were all bought. Like this is 12/21, 10/20. No, it's not. 11/21, 12/21, 12/21. So these were all bought before we bought the Brora. So the last bottle of whiskey we bought was the Brora 38, which I kind of thought this could mark the end. Let's see.
That's the last one.
Yes. Casual Guys Guy. This looks like a private cask Ben Nevis I got from K&L a few weeks back. Oh, there you go. It was a bottle for someone's bar mitzvah. But they released it publicly for some reason. They will have bottled a whole cask and, they didn't have enough people, so half the cask has been sold on, I'm sure. Was it any good? Sounds like it could be a fun one. Sknoogie. The 25-year single ex-bourbon cask Arrans in the square aftershave shaped bottles are stunning and pretty reasonable at UK auctions. Oh, is that an official Arran? I have not ever seen a square bottle for Arran, I don't think. Donna Pass. Had a Blair Athol 19 that was very pale from an old sherry cask. Interesting flavours. Yeah. And remember we had that other Arran, which is a 15-year ex-bourbon that looks as dark as this, darker, compared to the Arran, which was from the sherry. Contour. What's your biggest auction mistake? I once bid on a bottle of Laphroaig. This is probably the first bidding we were doing. A bottle of Laphroaig, 21-year-old. And I bid on it thinking the price was cheap, not realising it was a 375ml bottle. It was a half bottle. And I really panicked. I was like, oh no! Because, we'd never bought an expensive bottle at that time. And, I even tried emailing saying, can you cancel my bid? Because I didn't realise, blah, 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 blah. But somebody outbid me and I felt very relieved. And looking back now, I wish we owned the bottle for the price I was bidding. So the mistake was bidding. And then the second mistake was not actually winning it. Other than that, we've done pretty well, I think.
About Rosebank, you bring it back. I was very sad.
Oh yeah, Rosebank. I put a Rosebank into the auction. We kept one, and I put one into the auction. And Deepa now wishes that we kept it. At the time, it was just super expensive. Anything else that has been especially stupid from the auction?
No,
I don't know. This is 230 for a Longrow Red. It's pretty stupid, isn't it? What about Octomore 6.3? We have
no idea though.
We think we might not bring that bottle home. It's sitting at my parents'. We have one here. It's in blind tasting. But based on the other Octomores we've had...
But that is just for 3, maybe good.
The 6.3, I'm thinking that one may go back into the auction. Right. Martin. Hey, Martin. Have you tried Whisky Auctioneer site or just Scotch Whisky Auctions? I've only ever done Scotch Whisky Auctions, and it's purely inertia because I'd registered there first. But I do have a look at Scotch Whisky at Whisky Auctioneer. The reason I went with Scotch Whisky Auctions initially is because they offered free storage, whereas the others had limited time storage. Now they're probably all about equal because you have to pay for storage at Scotch Whisky Auctions immediately anyway. Bobby J, I'm glad the end was not marked. I'm not sure what the end was. Great Whisky Mail today. Oh, meaning we're still talking? Yeah. Top shelf. I haven't bought in 6 days. I think I'm near near your record. Yes. Near a 3-year record. Oh, I see. Yes, our 3-year record's 45 days. Your 3-year record is 6 days. Fantastic. Right. Okay, scrolling down. Let's see. Squinoogie. Yes, the square bottle 25 are distillery release. Oh, I'll have to look one up on Google and see what it looks like. Yeah, those Laphroaig 21s are good though. I know that's why I regret it. And it's Top Shelf Dustin and Mike's review of it that made me look back at that. Let's see, Watchman. For some reason you were getting blocked. Did you say anything bad? Octomore is a whole new world of stupid. There you go. I think we are coming around to that. Contra, I'm very glad it's not just me. I've made 2 recent that I've been begging to be outbid on. But similarly, I wish I'd won. There was a Krabby's 25 I made a whiskey-induced bid on. Don't ever go bidding after drinking. It's like don't go shopping when you're hungry. I mean, don't go food shopping when you're hungry because you just buy crisps and cakes. Right. Bobby J, you mentioned the Brora was marking the last purchase. Ah, yes. Glad you keep going. No, technically we have not kept going, Bobby. These were bought before the Brora, just that they are arriving now. That's our workaround. Okay, well, there's 2 left. What have we got? I think we'll do these both together because they are 2.
Very good packaging.
They are 2 Orkneys. Can we fit them both in the same shot? Oh, here we go. Now this, the official Highland Park.
I've got too many at the back.
If I can. Okay, I'll have to get it out later. So, 21 year, 46% Orkney single malt, bottled for the Wine Society. Not too much to go on in terms of what type of bottle it is. Let's see, do we get any clues here? The Society exhibition range of wines and spirits are outstanding examples of their type. Yes, well, I don't think it's giving us any real clues, is it? Let me see if I can read it properly. The Orkney Islands are the home to the most northerly situated distillery. Well, there's two. This malt is smooth, interesting, slightly smoky, with fruity and floral elements and a hint of peat. Superbly balanced, it is a truly representative whisky of the Orkney Islands. So,
must be Highland Park.
Surely that's Highland Park.
I mean, there are no other distilleries.
No, there's Scapa. Scapa could also be there. I don't think there's any new distilleries opened on Orkney. Now, this Highland Park is... oh, wow, it's down there now. That's funny, I was like, it's up, it's down there. This Highland Park 21 is 47.5%. And I know they're slightly different batches, but it's kind of hard to tell. You have to go into a bit of deep label research to try and work out which one is which. But I just wanted to check the price on these two. Oh, hang on, I've got my labels.
I have to come back with the two.
Right.
21 years.
So, this... Hang on a minute. Hold on. The independent Highland Park cost 164, and the official Highland Park 306.
So double the price.
So on a plus the ABV is slightly higher, about the same. So $13.1 per year, normalized to 40%, versus $7.3 per year. I was going to look to see, do we still have some of the first Highland Park open now? Let's see. The first one we paid $2.72 for it, and there is. Just grab it because it might be open. In case the mini is inside it. Is there anything inside? No. Okay. All right. There's only 60ml left anyway, so get them open. Okay, you open that one. No single casks, Tim.
Very nice.
Does it have any kind of year? Okay, there is a label on the inside, and it says L00955 L4 19/03 14:43. So I'm sure we could look up this code and confirm. 1903. So could be 2019. Do we know that? Two more glasses. Can we get half price?
Yellow.
Half price Highland Park 21 versus full price Highland Park 21. Let's push these over a bit.
Always have some sherry in it.
Official Highland Park is a sherried whiskey. Yes. Oh, what's that one? I don't know what that is. Then. Oh yeah.
Ardmore.
Let's put these in the middle. Right. Here we go. You should be able to tell just from the colour that the dark one is the official bottle. Seems maybe a bit richer. They're both pretty closed off, having been poured directly from the bottle. If that's the cheap one, I'm not disappointed. Oh, lovely. Quite fruity. Quite fruity and not very peaty. That tastes more like I remember the official bottle tasting. There's a rich balance going on in that. Tastes a bit younger and a bit simpler This one is better. This one is great as well.
So push.
This one, I said, this one is the official. Okay, you give it a go. So, they're just different versions of the same whiskey, really.
So, you pay double the price.
I mean, it's a bit unfair to go straight into it off those little sips, but I did say that I prefer this one better.
Then forget it.
What do you mean, forget it?
This is more obvious. This one more sugar.
Yeah. Why didn't? Come on, blind.
Okay. No, but the other is this.
Yeah. Let's see what Deepa makes of it. She might like this one more because of the less sherry, more bourbon. Stronger smell.
I go first.
Okay, Deepa's going for the stronger smell one first.
It's quiet.
Quiet?
Slowly, slight licorice.
Slight licorice, slowly building up.
Slight peat, but not obvious.
Not obvious peat. Yeah, slight peat.
I'd rather go for this one. But it is understated.
Understated, quiet.
They actually better, more sophisticated.
More sophisticated.
I'm not a fan of either.
So you prefer the official bottle, but I said that you might go for this one, and I think
because it's more sugar. This is very dry. Understated.
Oh, that's lovely though.
But it's lager. Bad.
It doesn't taste particularly old, I don't think. It doesn't have any of the vapor, the old vapor.
I'd rather go for this.
Yeah. Lovely sherry. Lovely sherry integration. Oh, I'm happy with both of those. I think, actually, if you look at the prices, this one at 164 and the Arran at 132. We didn't taste it, but we have it open there. I would say this is probably the best value out of all of them that we've got. The 250 Ardmore could be good as well. And the Longrow's at 365. I mean, you prefer the Longrow over the Highland Park. Now, I said earlier, I get a bit of a Highland Park vibe with the Longrow. So let me try the new one, see if that holds up now. No, I get a Springbank Funk vibe when I stick my nose in it. Nothing like Highland Park. But it's like Highland Park has hung out at Springbank.
In it.
Yeah, it is sort of. I mean, the peat and the sherry obviously is a similarity, but it is like Highland Park has spent too much time hanging out with the wrong crowd in the wee tune. But that's why I like it, because it's a Springbank version of Highland Park.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I prefer this. After all,
Okay, try it again now.
no. It's not dramatically different.
And try this one now.
It's a bit dirty.
Yeah.
Stuff. I'd rather go for this. They are very different, I must say. Very different. I will not buy it again. I buy this again. But you cannot have it again.
Well, you can if you find it. So you wouldn't buy... Which one would you not buy again? The Ardmore 30. Okay. You don't want that one again. But all the others?
Yeah, I go for this.
You mean you don't want any of these? So you get to keep this little bit of whiskey and I get to keep all of this whiskey. Sometimes Deepa's a little hard to please. Right. Can we get our little boxes in the shot? Not really, because I've got to get my arm in. Right, I better scroll back up. And the shot is looking pretty good. Let's see. I'm going to just read it. I'm just going to go food quick and read all of the comments. Andy, are you in? Don't know if you're in. If you are, hello. Edit Rock Got Review is going live after this. Hope to see some of you there. Oh, okay. Maybe he's already live because we're chatting away. Bobby J, you mentioned that the Brora. Oh, that's right. We're already done that. Jack the Pickled Hound. My dog just had emergency surgery. No whiskey for the month. I mean, I'm sorry about the dog, but the way you've written that sentence did make me laugh. Internally, I had to suppress it. It does make it sound like your dog normally drinks whiskey, but because of the surgery.
I think maybe it's expensive.
Yeah, but I was just imagining the dog on the sofa like, oh, no whiskey for me. Not after the surgery. Hope the dog is okay. Hit the like button, everyone. Oh, thanks, Watchman. Yeah, where's my hit the... Let's see. There we go. Subscribe and thumbs up. Why not? I've got a button. From now on, they'll only be buying Brora, so the purchases will be spaced out a bit. That's right, Dustin. Now, we've shared out...
But it's good, though.
Deepa put a ban on sharing anymore because the Brora is down to about this, I think. I think we have 250ml left because it got shared out with so many people. Moronic, nice one, that Highland Park 21. Yeah, it is. It is. Looks like the 21 years and up is your choice of selection after 3 years. Is that the outcome? Ah, good observation, JD, because we are
old.
13, 21, 21, 21, 21, 23, 30, 20.
Because we hadn't thought about in the big on our liver budget.
Based on our liver budget, that we want to drink what we really enjoy. But to be fair, the auction pushes me towards £170 bidding price bottles as being the sweet spot. So it's more likely that, I mean, for example, we would buy, we recently bought Springbank 12 cask strength. And that would be something that I would buy again if we weren't on a buying freeze. But you're right, in general, we have gravitated towards 38, 23, 21, 28, 21, 19. Dustin, 6. No.
Yeah,
About 15, 25, 13, 32, 25, 21, 30. So Dathmill.
I think when you do
The Ledaig 13.
Oh, that is so good.
We've got Dathmill 12. I think the Bunnahabhain is probably in the low teens. And then we get to Ardmore 14, the Longrow Red 13. So the top shelf, the Burgundy Springbank is 12 as well. There's probably about 5 bottles below 15 years old on the top shelf.
But they are split back.
8 year. Kilkerran Ex-Bourbon is the highest, youngest bottle. Do we have any no age statements on the top shelf? No. 12-year Hakushu. Yoichi is the first no age statement. I'm guessing it's somewhere around a 10-year-old, isn't it? Yamazaki 12, 13. That's 13 as well. The Kilhoman is probably only about 6 years old. 7. That's probably the youngest, still on the shelf. Do we know that? The 2018 Sauterne. It'll probably say on the bottle. I don't see it immediately there. 6 or 7 years old, probably.
Yeah, it is.
Hang on, we could HIJK Kill Home and Sauterne is 8 years old. So it's an 8. So that means Kilkerran is still winning. 21, 23, 20, 15, 18, 12, 18. That Deanston is pretty young. Yeah. So we're definitely older is better, aren't we? Moronic. Of course, the other bottles too. Oh, not sure what you were following that from. Right. Let's see. Scapa is further south by 200 feet. Is it just 200 feet? That is funny. 800 meters. Okay, that sounds more like it. Deepa is ready for a HP blind. Okay, we're obviously back up the chat quite a bit here. Run, far away from that. Jack the Pickled Hound, what were you asking about? Dustin is telling you to run away. Was it Flaming Heart? Hang on. Now I feel like scrolling back up. No, I can't find it. Right, move on. Michael, I've not been impressed with anything from Highland Park over the past several years. It used to be my go-to 10 to 15 years ago. I keep hoping that they will turn things around and get back to where they were. Yeah, I think...
But that's very areas.
Yeah, but it's a Cadenhead. I think what Michael's talking about is the presentation of the bottles has gone all, Viking mythology stuff. And with it has come a sort of a cheaper, more aggressive type of whiskey. These ones being the exception, I would say. That these are the older ones. Let's see, the last two... That's right, this is the older bottle. So this can't be 2019, can it? Did anyone work out what that label was? Did I? Let me just check in case I'd worked it out in the spreadsheet and put a year on. I don't think I did, but obviously it's not a new one in the shape of bottle. Highland Park. 2007. I have noted on here. I don't know if that is true. It might just be because that was what the first one was and I copied it. But I will look up the label. L00955L4 19/03. Good chance. Let's see. The people on the front of the label are... I remember looking at this before. Anderson. Robert Anderson, is it? I think the distillery manager at the time. And whiskey maker, I think, is Marcus Mackinnon from the signatures. And I know if you do some researching and you look at the label carefully and you look at the times, the years that these two people were both at the distillery, you can kind of work it out. So maybe there's a chance that this is a 2007 or somewhere early like that. Okay. Phil's getting good. Oh, I got something right. Thanks, Jack. Oh no. Let's see. Chat has jumped. Let's see. Top Shelf Dustin. I keep wanting to get the new 25 year, but it's so expensive. And yeah, it could be a disappointment. I understand. Jack the Pickled Hound. Highland Park is like a beautiful rich widow getting older and poorer. Yeah, could be right there. What are you blending, Tim? Signatory Glenlivet 13 and the 12. Okay, so it's still a single malt. Fair enough. Better or worse?
I prefer this.
Yeah. If I was looking for something a little more refined, I'd go for the Highland Park. And if it's something a little more exciting, I'd go for the Longrow.
More rough.
Yeah, rougher. If I wanted to be treated roughly. Galshon, which year is the Longrow 21?
Which one?
The new one is the 2020, 95% sherry, 5% bourbon. And the one that is almost finished, that Deepa prefers, is the 19, which is 60% sherry, 40% bourbon. I actually quite like the extra sherry in the new one. Yeah, neck pour. That's true. So based on that result, scrap the next shipment and just grab yourselves a full case of Flaming Heart.
No.
There's no more shipments. The auction storage is empty. Oscari. So Brora is a closed distillery?
But I think open
yeah.
now.
It is famous for being closed, and a lot of these are being reopened. because of the famous name. But effectively, if you buy a Brora, you are buying a closed distillery Brora. It is the sister distillery of Clynelish. So if you want to try Clynelish 14, it is literally across the street from Brora, and you can look up that history. Clynelish was built to be a more efficient Brora. At the time, they were both called Clynelish. They just rebuilt across the street to make it a newer distillery, and then they closed the old Brora. I should say they closed the old Clynelish, but then they reopened it when there was a shortage of peated whiskey from Islay, just to fill the gap so that they could, put peated whiskey into Johnny Walker, for example. And it's those peated whiskey from the original Clynelish, which are now called Brora, which are the ones that sat in a warehouse for 30 years and suddenly everyone decided they were magical. The problem is, it's a $500 bottle, which costs $2,500. Let's see. I've only seen one bottle of illicit still. Bobby J, I see you chatting to Donna Pass. Right. Let me scroll down. We should probably wind it up, although I'm enjoying chatting. It has been reopened. Oh, Stefan! There you go. Is there any new one, Stefan, that you're going to have to add to your whiskey mystery corner? Thank you very much, Stefan. Your name, of course, will go into the hat for our next drawing. Nice to see you in here, Stefan. Hope you're doing well. The Flaming Heart is no age statement. I think it is, but for some reason in my spreadsheet, I do have oh no, I don't anymore. It's true. I just have no age statement. I thought I had it written down as being some age where I'd got the information from Compass Box. Probably we could find out roughly what it is. Bobby J, do you think the HP new make is more influenced to cask funk the longer it stays in the cask? Not the springbank funk, but more the cask funk. You can actually buy new make of Highland Park. You get it in a half bottle. I've seen it at the auction. I was tempted to get one. If I could get a little sample, it'd be interesting. The Bunnahabhain new make was very, very weird. They can be quite weird. But with wine casks, you can get a kind of wine cask funk, can't you? Oh, that chat got cut off. Look at that. How sad. Let me see. Whiskey Lovers Society. Maybe your name was too big to fit. I don't know why it got cut like that. Cheers, Whiskey Lovers Society. And coins for you. But any funk, everything gets integrated the longer it sits in the barrel, really. And it becomes very hard to tell which characteristic is making it through. They all get merged so well. Right, Whiskey 101. It's not about age. We all know that we have one more year to go. And by then the shelf will be 94.6% Campbelltown plus one Brora and one Ben Nevis. Now we're just going through the motions. It's true.
It's true.
I mean, if we look, let's have a quick look and see what's left on we haven't really done this for a while. We're still listed from highest to lowest. Octomore, Ben Nevis. See, some of those Ben Nevises have a chance of getting through, don't they? Amrut, Glenelgin. There's a Mortlach I'm hopeful for. Tim, there's your Ben Romack is still waiting. Contour Bushcraft. Oh, thank you very much. Another chat. Oh, Bushcraft, but you're in the UK? Cheers for that. Oh, the coins are half covered. Let's see. Port Charlotte. There's that Longrow, that funky. There's another Springbank local barley. Yeah, that can definitely make it on the shelf, can't it? But it won't really take up a second spot. What about that 30-year-old Tormore? Will we like it? And Lagavulin 12. Oh, and the Clynelish 22. Come on. There's some good ones in there. A couple of old Brookladies. There's still the Springbank from D&M Liquor, which I'm sure is going to be an embarrassment when it shows up and I say I don't like it. I'm looking forward to a lot of these. Maybe not the last one. Okay. I think... have we caught up? JD, haven't tried Highland Park for a couple of years and recently opened Highland Park Cask Strength and was surprised how good it was. That Cask Strength does have a lot of people who have liked it. So maybe that is one of the winners of the recent Highland Parks. Okay, Deepa's... It's been too long. Deepa needs to try another whiskey. Let's see. Sandy McDonald. Just printed out your top shelf 23. Not sure how many I'll be able to buy though. Oh yeah, in the description. Is it 23 now? I want to try that.
No, I will give you blind taste.
No, I don't want blind. I just want to try it.
Well, you prefer this or this?
Oh yeah, it's the best.
So you prefer 21 or you prefer 28?
Okay. See this now?
But
this tastes like... Why have you put all that sherry in the way? I can't taste the amazing Ex-Bourbon Highland Park underneath.
Oh.
I love this one. It's got that old age pineapple thing going on. Okay, but price wise, $365 versus $306. Oh, I'd rather have that. No.
48.8 ABV. That's why I'm not happy with this.
Hang on, let me try it compared to the 21, which is presumably more ex-bourbon.
More sugar.
No. It's a much less interesting cask. It's got a little bit of that old grey wood about it.
It is. Oh, but that is the best.
Oh, try that again. See, that is going in the direction of the Brora. It's the empty tin of...
That's why I'm not happy with this.
It's the empty tin of pineapple on the campfire.
It's so good.
To me, this is everything. When we started this journey, this is everything that... Well, I didn't know what to expect from what I would think of whiskey. But having gone through it, this is everything that I like about whiskey.
So
along with this one.
It is.
And this one's not bad.
Alive.
And then on occasions this one. And this is a good change. And that one will be interesting as well. And sometimes this one. And then this one is also good. Have we finished? Casual Guys Guy. Let's see. Don't know if you have spoken on this, but what are your thoughts on the reopening of Port Ellen? I've never had a Port Ellen. We have been to Port Ellen.
We passed.
The end of the Isle of Marathon is at Port Ellen, and so we ran past it. But we did walk around the Port Ellen maltings, and there's the old buildings that are still there from Port Ellen.
At the finish line.
Yeah. On Isla. I mean, reopening distilleries is a marketing financial decision, right? You're taking the name of Port Ellen or the name of Brora. It's funny. The only reason that Brora exists as a name is because they had 2 Clynelishes, and you couldn't sell 2 Clynelish bottles from 2 separate distilleries. So they had to call it Brora because they couldn't use Clynelish anymore. So there was never a Brora distillery. It was just a rebranding of Clynelish for the sake of straightening out Clynelish A versus Clynelish B. So when you go and rebuild a new distillery, I guess my question would be, are you trying to recreate the way, a modern craftsperson might recreate a guitar from the 18th century using all of the original techniques to try and recreate the sound and the profile and the style of the guitar from that time, let's say? Are any of these whiskey distilleries trying to recreate what happened in 1975 or something? Are they going to have all the inefficient techniques that were used at the time? I mean, Springbank's still inefficient. That's why we love it, because Springbank is still a 1970s distillery. But I don't believe that, maybe I'm wrong, someone correct me, I don't believe that Brora or Port Ellen or any of the other relaunched distilleries are going to try and recreate what used to be. And is it even possible to recreate it? Is it financially possible? The only reason that Springbank can do it is because they have a dedicated owner who is dedicated to the artisan craft of malting your own barley, doing all the labeling yourself on the bottles, all of these things that are inefficient, but fantastically inefficient. And that's why you get the result that you want.
You mean inefficient?
Inefficient. And the problem is they can't supply what people want to buy. And then the prices at the auction will go crazy and all the rest of it. So, I mean, do you want supply or do you want recreation of that original experience?
And but Springbank is the original.
Springbank is an old distillery. It's like buying old whiskey
and
today.
The Highland Park.
I would imagine Highland Park is a very efficient distillery at this point because the amount that they make, I've no idea. But when you buy Springbank, you buy a time machine whiskey. That's why it's popular. I think that's that's my thoughts, I guess. Stefan, which one should I pick for the corner? Maybe this one. Maybe the Aaron, the private cask. It's not too expensive, Stefan.
Oh, Stefan, this one.
Oh, how much do you want to spend? Do you want to get the Highland Park? Let's do a little close up on the label.
That's another one.
It's this particular one. 48.8. Actually, we're going to have to test because we have another 28 and we have a 30 all Cadenhead Ex-Bourbon that we want to compare. Right. Flaming Heart contains 7 to 30-year-old whiskey with Molly. Right. So it's anywhere in there. Obviously, you can't say anything other than 7 if you put a number on it. Bobby J, cheers for the great show. We've really been rambling on. We've been live for 1 hour 15 minutes.
Oh no, I know, yeah.
It is a Sunday, and we're just hanging out. We do have friends coming over for dinner later. That'll be nice. Galshan, thanks. Must say, I was enjoying a sample of the Longrow 21 2019, but it might have been the sample. The 10 from the 2020 Open Day was a joy.
It's a very, very different. It's very Ex-Bourbon, very sherry.
Yeah, and a 10-year-old would be much more punchy, I'm sure. Michael, so what happens when you finish your current backlog of blind samples? Does the channel end?
I think so.
Kind of. I mean, about to drive 2 hours each way for Flaming Heart. Oh, really? Ivan the Tolerable. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Is it our fault you're doing that drive? Oh, that's not the right button. There you go. Well, Ivan, I hope you enjoy your drive. I hope you find some fantastic whiskey. And
I'm pretty good.
it's just an excuse to get out, isn't it? I ran for several hours just as an excuse to get out this morning. Let's see. I'm going to keep reading. If you're all still here, I'll keep reading and we'll keep chatting. I think the last two on the list are not worth your attention. Oh, that's right. We didn't really finish answering that. We started this whole journey from the point of view of, is there something better than Ardmore Legacy? And I feel that we are pretty well rounded in the experiences of whiskey. And we have 77, I think, left to go. It will be over 300 by the time we start. By the time we finish. If we get back to 2 a week, it will still take a year to get through them to the end of the year. And we're going to be away, hopefully, in the UK in March. So what does happen? I don't know. I do feel like the end of these bottles, because we're not adding more to the blind, will be the end of this journey. The arc will be complete. And I would just love it if it was Dalmore 12 as the last one. It would be fantastic. And we'll have to do some kind of revisit summary on the whole thing as well. So we'll see. Enjoy it while we're here. Let's put it that way. Let's say that. Squinoogie. Generally, I prefer Longrow 18 to 21.
The purple peat.
Purple peat eater. It's over here now. But went back to the 2019-21. I'd not touched it for a year, and it was much more smoky and complex than I remembered.
Yes, that is very smoky near me, but this one is more of a darker.
Yeah.
Very understated.
I think you get the complexity with the extra years, don't you?
It's more to this.
We're definitely a fan of the 18, and but I think we had the same reaction. But when you come back to the 21, it's like, oh. But price-wise, though, I mean, the 18 is now maybe a $200 bottle here.
For double the price.
It's double the price for 3 more years. Yeah. Gal. HP and refill casks can be amazing. And these are HP refill bourbon. Let's see. JD, I can taste pineapple from Longrow peated. Oh, the NAS entry bottle. You know, I've never had it. We've never had that bottle. When you say old age pineapple taste, is it different? I just find that...
But this one, I get that happen.
It seems like when whiskey gets older, especially in old ex-bourbon, you tend to get these tropical notes. And for me, it's pineapple. And I'm a pineapple pizza guy. So there you go. The Chieftain's 21-year Ledaig still in the blinds is superb.
Wow.
I know we've shared out...
I'm looking forward.
I know we've shared out almost all of that bottle because there's only a little bit left.
Why did you go that? Why?
I see Dimensions Highland Park, New York that look like bourbon casks. Oh, 10-year, 53%. Ooh, 110. That could be worth a go. That would be interesting. JD, Phil and Deepa, thank you always for doing this. It really helps to be able to reference and relate. I love how you always compare and rank. Oh, thanks, JD. Well, you know, that's what, you know, we're trying to do for ourselves, isn't it? Prime Whiskey, Rickard, nice to see you in. Longrow 21 was a little of a disappointment.
Yeah.
You like the 18
yes,
better.
I agree.
Fine. Can you remember which year it was, Rickard, that you had? Are you more of a sherry person? I know you're more of an Ardbeg person. I can't remember. When are we going to meet at Ardbeg again, Rickard? It's been a while, hasn't it, since we were there? Let's see. Stefan. Oh, yes, we're there. Antal, good evening. Did I miss anything? Hooray for the replay. Yeah, mainly we're just chatting, Antal. Nice to see you in. Oh, I've still got quite a bit of chat here to catch up on. Stoogie. Opening AM Old Distillery. It's like a ship of Theseus. Oh, opening an old distillery is like the ship of Theseus Well, I'm not familiar with this mythical story, but I will look it up after, and I'm sure it's a good analogy. Just found your channel a few days ago, Jason. Greatly enjoy your videos. Oh, well, thanks a lot, and welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. This is not a typical video, but we've done a few of them from time to time. Donna Pass, does Cadenhead have an old agreement with Highland Park so they can name the distillery on the bottle? That's a good point. It's one of the few independents that can do that. And I bet it is because Cadenheads have obviously been around for such a long time. They probably do have the right. And you will also find on Cadenhead bottles, a lot of the time, they will have Glenlivet in the old style. So you might have a Glentocher's Glenlivet.
But they're Aspen.
And that comes from the time when Glenlivet was a style of whiskey. And so all of these distilleries up in Speyside started making Glenlivet whiskey. And then the Glenlivet put their foot down and took it all to court, presumably, and said, no, we are the Glenlivet. No one else can do it. But you will find Cadenhead bottles which say, we have a Glenrothes Glenlivet. I think there's a Glentocher's Glenlivet. You'll see it quite often. So Cadenhead's obviously
And
our grandfathers.
people buy, get it.
Well, it's a British bottle.
Oh, but I thought it's American.
What are you saying,
Oh,
Deepa?
no, I'm sorry, but get it. No, I misunderstood. Sorry.
What a shocking thing for Deepa to say.
No.
Consider that we have been to the Cadenhead warehouse tasting. I know why. Because of lip reading. Because, look. What am I saying? Cadenhead, K&L. That's what Deepa has to put up with when she's lip reading. Am I talking about because is American, is from Scotland?
It's artwork.
I hadn't realised that Cadenhead and K&L actually lip read the same. K&L might be quite happy with that. Right. JD, yeah, Roy does average 3 hours. You're right. But Foodquig has done. I know he's had to restart the live stream because he passed 12 hours or something. Grumpy old fart. As in wine, every crop is different. I consider my wine experience is the same as my whiskey experience. Yes. And certainly when you see things like, local barley, I mean, the crop is literally what is making a lot of the difference. Stefan, so should I wait for the HP Cadenhead comparison before I buy? That's a good point. If we do it offline in an evening, I will send you an email and tell you what we found out. Because Stefan has whiskey mystery corner, so he wants to know which Highland Park does he need to buy.
Oh, that's the point. Fair enough.
We will definitely let you know, Stefan. I was imagining we were going to do it, on the sofa and just enjoy them. And maybe not in a video. We do occasionally drink, not in front of a camera. Clip Queen Gal, I picked up Compass Box Flaming Heart for $129.99 from Mission Wines and Spirits. Excellent. Is it a 700 milliliter bottle? Because I forgot who pointed it out. But K&L and I think Mission Spirits, they went and bought up all the 700 ml bottles after they changed the rules for importing into the US. Before you couldn't import 750 anything other than 750 ml. So I think all the current Flaming Hearts that is for sale in California are 700 ml bottles. Let me know. Too slow. Did you see the tsunami? The little gentle wave that came and went. I saw some videos. I was interested to look. I think Tonga had a real problem though, so we shouldn't make too light of it. Let's see. Sid Martin, is the Longrow 21 significantly better than the 18?
Well, there more details.
More details? You know, with any of these things, let's say here's the curve where it gets better and better and better, and then the curve starts to flatten off. Make sure I'm still in the camera shot. Right? Now, you spend this much money to get to the 18, and then you have to double your money to get this much higher.
Yeah, that's right.
But if you want to taste this level, which is only this much above, you do have to spend double the money to go from this experience to this experience. So it can never be worth a linear dollar progression. It can never be twice as good. So I guess that's what you're asking. Can it really be that much better? No. But like going to the top of Everest, it takes so much effort to get to base camp. And if you want to go to the next camp, is a lot more effort. And you pretty much have to commit to possibly dying if you want to get to the summit. But is the summit that much better than base camp?
Fantastic!
You let me know when you get to the summit. Right. Whiskey 101. Of course, it cannot be the end. We just have to replace Ardmore Legacy with something else. Maybe we start a whole new series that says, is there something better than Brora 38? And we go from there.
Wow.
Phil the Philistine, pineapple pizza, and I like pineapple beer.
No, he asked the apple to the beer.
Well, it's no alcohol. If I'm having a no alcohol beer night, I will pour pineapple juice in it now. Oh no, that's just lost a few subscribers. Just restart the concept with Lost Distillery bottlings. Squinoogie, yeah. Let's see. Jack the Pickled Hound. My local shop has 5 more 2018
Wow.
Longrow 18s at 200.
That's very good price.
I think that's the best you'll find it ever again in our lives. Let's see. Gal is with Prime Whiskey on the 21 Longrow. Presume you like the 18 as well. Well, that's good. Get an 18. It's cheaper. Prime, I am a sherry person, and the 18 I've tried is the 2015, 17, 18, and the 2015 is the best one.
So what year is that one?
I don't remember. Oh, we could look.
Oh, you have a spreadsheet. You have a spreadsheet over here in front of you.
This one is the 2017.
But we got another one. It's the same year.
Let's see. Longrow. We have a replacement downstairs. Let's see. We have... Oh, that's right. We have that Longrow 2013, which was quite unusual. Not sweet. Very kind of, tea leaves and sort of woody kind of flavours. I don't know what the other one is. I haven't marked down the year. Yes, Prime. We'll meet at Springbank next time. Let's do that. Stoogie, is the ship with all the replaced planks still the ship of the Theseus? Or is it a new ship? Yes, okay. Well, that reminds me of the idea that our body's cells replace themselves quite often. Maybe the brain not so much. But effectively, we are not the same person anymore either.
But we are shitty every moment.
I'm saying like don't your skin cells replace themselves every 3 or 4 years?
Yes.
That's why we get older, because they don't make a perfect copy. So I guess you could say, no, it's not the same. It's a slightly broken version. Oh, you sent Food Quig 16 samples. Very nice, Tim. Hope they make it. Michael, thanks for the entertainment. Thoroughly enjoyable live. Well, we have enjoyed it chatting. Oh, it is a 70cl. Clip Queen Gal. Yeah, there you go. It is a UK bottle. It is one of those imported ones. Okay, final chat here. Let's just go through it. Donna Pass, thank goodness for all the amazing K&L indie bottles that are in the 80 to 160 range. Yes, there are some very good bottles in there. Everyone have a look at K&L's website. They will ship, I think, to many states. Ivan the Tolerable, you might as well drink pumpkin spice lager. Yes, I know. Stefan, have you tasted Ledaig 22 from Cadenhead? When I'm buying the Glenturret 29 from you at the Cadenhead shop in Denmark, I see a miniature of the same Ledaig, so I bought it. Yes, we tasted it. I mean, like this, we have a little sip out of it because it was one from the previous box. And it was fantastic. Yeah, I really liked it. So I hope you like it too. Whiskey with Molly, please don't stop this channel. I know we have a long way to go yet, but you are both so informative and entertaining. Maybe a quest to find the best independent bottle ever. Thanks, Whiskey with Molly. Thanks everyone for watching. I must admit, I do want to go back to that Highland Park 28. But I will... You have that one. I'll cheers you out with the Highland Park 21. Lovely sherry. Oh yeah. You know, a little more smoke that time. That is fantastic. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. This is very, very good. I think this will be fantastic. Not sure on this one now. Bargain. Are we done? Thanks for going long. Now, we have to get ready for our friends.
And make it a chicken curry.
Chicken curry, followed by a whiskey flight for them.
And mince pies.
Oh yeah, and mince pies. Mince pies meaning Christmas cake mince pies. We done? All right. We are very privileged, though, aren't we, to have all of these bottles?
I mean, back when I cannot afford.
Yeah, we couldn't afford it for many years. Enjoy your whiskey, everybody. We will see you on Thursday for a proper blind tasting. Oh, picked by Deepa, 229. Something strong, fruity.
Strength.
Yeah, see you then. Bye.